Yeah, yeah. Real recognize real, motherfucker. Check it, check it. You strut around with that suit and tie. Think your title makes you fly, but I see right through your disguise. You ain't nothing but a lie. Real recognize real. That's the code I live by. Real recognize real. Watch your fake ass die. Corporate ladder, you climbing so high, but you forgot what it means to be alive. Animals got more sense than you. They know what's real, they know what's true. You lost in that boardroom zoo, acting like you got something to prove. But real recognize real, and you ain't got a clue. Real recognize real, nature's calling you. Strip away that fancy suit. What's left? Nothing but a fool. Real recognize real, real recognize real. That's all I know, that's how I feel. Real recognize real, real recognize real. You can't buy what's actually real. Real recognize real, real recognize real. Power status ain't the deal. Real recognize real, real recognize real. La la la. Real recognize real. Your king, I see it just a pawn. Acting tough, but your soul is gone. Flashing money like it makes you strong, but you've been playing this game all wrong. Real recognize real. Been real since I was born. Real recognize real. Cut through your fake like a thorn. You pompous prick, your pride is torn. When you realize you're just a fraud. Animals roam free while you locked in chains. Chasing paper, going insane. Thunder in your veins, but it's all just pain. Cause you sold your soul for material gain. Real recognize real. And you can't break these chains. Real recognize real. Washing away like rain. Strip away that corporate brain. What's left? Nothing but shame. Real recognize real, real recognize real. That's all I know, that's how I feel. Real recognize real, real recognize real. You can't buy what's actually real. Real recognize real, real recognize real. Power status ain't the deal. Real recognize real, real recognize real. La la la. Real recognize real. You can't fake what's in your heart. Been real from the very start. Why you playing your part? I was born with this art. Listen up, you arrogant bastard, thinking you run the show. Flaunting power like you somebody that we need to know. But I don't give a fuck if you king or you just a pest. In real life, every creature deserves the same respect. Animals got more wisdom than your corporate mess. They don't need no validation, they just express. You lost in that rat race, stressing for success. But real recognize real, and you failing this test. Pompous prick, you think you slick with your money and your clout. But when push comes to shove, what you really about? Strip away the facade, what's left without a doubt? Just another fake soul that's been sold out. Real recognize real, that's the code that I shout. Real recognize real, that's what life's about. You can't comprehend reality, you living in doubt. While I stay down at you with my reach. Real recognize real recognize real. That's all I know, that's how I feel. Real recognize real recognize real. You can't ride with tag two on you. Real recognize real recognize real. Our status ain't the you. Real recognize real recognize real. La la la. Real recognize real. Real recognize real.